All right. Good evening, everyone. And also, I have not asked this question for a long time. I think good 7-8 months when it comes to the Toastmaster fraternity. From the online audience, am I audible and visible? Right. Okay. Having said that, before I start the session, how many of you already decided that I'm going to contest in the Humorous Speech Contest? Can I have a raise of hands? Very good. Wonderful. Very good. This is the character that we have to show in the speech contest. Now, how many of you consider the humor, especially the contest, as a game? Okay, we have one, right? We have two. As always, my good friend Charlie, wonderful, also a great speaker. So let's see why I say this as the game of humor and how we can actually play this. How many of you are Albert Einstein? Okay, nice. Yeah, the people are like, So the rest don't know about Albert Einstein, so this session is not for the people who because this is going to be a session about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein once said, first of all, before you play the game, know your rules first. So that you can build the rules, you can play with the rules, sometimes you can go through the rules. So when it comes to this humor contest as well, I consider this as a game that you should take this seriously, same time enjoy. The next question, how many of you enjoy contests? Great. How many of you mentors have said to you, it's okay, it doesn't matter the result. Just go and enjoy. Great. I have to tell you, it's not an enjoyable move when you don't hear your name in the first 3 places. In that case, it's not enjoying, you are just suffering. Basically, the contest becomes annoying. Now, this is the place that we can actually get to know what are the areas that we can improve when it comes to humor. And then basically enjoy, same time enjoy the result as well. Who here doesn't like to become the champion, isn't it? That is a contest for a reason. Otherwise, we would have made this as a stand-up comedy show that we ask people to come, perform, be glad, and go. However, when it comes to playing the game of humor, why are we calling it as a game? Let me ask you a question again. How many of you at the moment, maybe especially the gents, are now giving effective evaluations and criticism to Sri Lankan cricket team via comment section? The game has to be played like this. He could have been the replacement to the captain. He could have played this shot better. But my question for you all is, before you question them and criticize them, what is the credibility that you have to go and criticize them? My question to most of my friends who always criticize Sri Lankan is, whoever the game they are, is that, well, before you tell me, before you go and tell them how to play the cricket, first of all, run 3 rounds in the ground, do 100 push-ups, and place a ball that at least coming in the speed of 400, 145. If you can play it out of the park, then come and play those games. As much as it is easy to criticize, it is difficult to play. Why it is difficult to play? Because first of all, you need to be disciplined, and then you need to know the rules and know the techniques. Yes, this is the part we can keep it in a different side in this conversation. However, this is game of humor. So by the end of this training, you will be getting to know what is humor, why we use humor, and also what are the techniques in order to ace this game of humor in terms of our contest. Are you clear with the objectives? Yeah. So what is humor? Humor is something that we can use to connect with people so that it's easy for us to deliver our message to our audience. Now imagine the audience doesn't know about it. Chances are very high it will take so much of time for them to buy you and buy your message, not by paying the attention. But the moment you crack a joke, the audience get the laughter and they will think he is also someone like us. He's not that so serious, so that I can connect with him. So using humor, what I always tell during my workshops is that by using humor, you can open the gates of hearts and then you can walk in, plant your message and come safely. It's like a war zone when it comes to doing a speech. Because your anxiety hits you, sometimes you never know, whether you will forget your lines. Same time, the audience, you never know what kind of problem they are in. But using humor, you basically crack it open, you slowly sneak in, put your message, and you come, they will never forget. That is the use of humor that we are talking. Now, when it comes to humorous speech contest, we need to know what are the first of all the basic purposes of a speech. What are the basic purposes of the speech? There are 4 basic purposes. What are they? If I ask you the audience, informative, yeah, very good. What else? Inspiration. Inspiration, okay. What else? Humorous, yes, entertaining, yes, and the other thing is persuasive. First thing first, if you are very serious about contest, know your purpose. Your purpose is to entertain the audience. When you entertain the audience, it is a byproduct as a Toastmaster that you can give to them a good message. However, your sole intention here in a humorous speech contest is not to be Jay Shetty or else someone else. Just make sure that they laugh. But just because your job is to make them laugh, you are not here to become a clown. There is a difference between a clown and a speaker and a humorist. A clown would do anything. It would remove clothes, it would point fingers, it would do anything. A speaker is someone who goes with the purpose. That is, I'm going to make them laugh in this context. Same time, how you become a humorist is that you give a message to the audience, same time you're making them laugh. Right? So that is the main objective of your humorous speech contest. Because sometimes when you go to a contest, you are confused whether am I in the international speech contest or humorous speech contest. Have you ever been in those kind of scenarios? Senior Toastmasters, especially that you go for the judging basically. Say it's a humorous speech contest, and you are waiting until someone comes and tickles you like you laugh. Because it's not a problem with the judges or anyone else. It's that maybe you have not identified what is the purpose. So the main purpose of the speech contest is to make your audience laugh. But you are not going to be a clown. You are going to be a speaker. Are we clear about our boundaries and our purpose? Right. So this is my 90th session. So I started making a wonderful set of presentation slides from my EB 77 session. Until then, I was just doing this without any slides. So there are some slides.
Excuse me, we can't hear properly you as well. Please close the mic to the presenter.
All right. Great. So you already know what is the objective of this workshop. And the slide that you see here is actually basically relevant. I just want to, for the sake of being like, to show that I have ample amount of slides. All right. Now, in this workshop, first of all, get to know what not to do when you are getting prepared for a humorous speech contest. Because I remember once my physics teacher said to me, I went to him and said, like, sir, I want to get an A for my physics. I asked him what to do. He showed me a person. Can you see that person? He is the best person to get that voice. I asked, sir, is that because like he got an A for physics? No, he's the one who got an F. So, first of all, you should ask the people who failed so that they will tell you what not to do the opposite of. So, rather than first of all tell you what to do in humorous speech contest, let's get to know what not to do when you are getting prepared for the contest. The moment your president and the education or your mentor says, hey, you need to get ready for the contest. If you are a new member or someone who is still finding a way to crack jokes, there are few places that you go and dwell in. Number one is that you Google and you YouTube and find humorous speeches in Toastmasters in YouTube. Have you ever done that? I have done that. And the second thing is, you find someone who you find very humorous and they can try to consume their content too much. The third one is, you find the Facebook memes, Google jokes, and try to find some words and lines from there and put it into your speech. I've done this. That's why I have taken this. Why do you think that I was like watching everyone? No, I've done this when I first started contesting in 2018. But I tell you why we should not do this. When it comes to humor, there are different categories. There you can consume it. Right? When it comes to food, there are different hotels that you can consume food, right? You can have your homemade food, and also you can go for your beloved dirty Chinese shop, or else you can go for a beautiful bar, in any very posh place and also consume food. So like that, there are different ways that you can consume humor. These are the techniques to consume. One way is stand-up comedies. Now, most of the people find the similarities between stand-up comedies and humorous speech contest. Let me tell you why you should not do it and what are the differences between. The difference is very visible, like the photo that you can see. You can see in this side, Trevor Noah, one of the greatest stand-up comedians in all time. And you can see Ravindu Amendra. Based on his humor and my humor is like earth and sky. He is the sky and the earth. Right? What the only similarity that she and I have is the pose that I try to have that that hand gesture. And you see that with so much of difficulties I do this, the photographer will definitely confirm me. It took me more than 30 shots to get into particular. So when it comes to stand-up comedies, the comedian who performs has enough and more time to set up the joke, to tell what he is going to do, and also take his time. If he feels the audience or the animals are not responding to him, he can just get away and veer out from this session, from the speech he is doing, and point out some questions to the people. Right? For example, now this is water irrigation. What is water reclamation? So is it like you take water, refugee water, and then Like the water is also there are different types of water. Right?
Sorry.
Storage water.
Sorry.
Okay, right. Basically, refugee water, right? So how wonderful water is, like in that case, like do you feel like when you see that kind of water, do you think water is a resource or is like water is a useless thing? Do you feel like drinking that water? No. Alright. What I'm doing here is just I'm playing with the audience just to get the attention. That is the stand-up comedian show. When it comes to a stand-up, humorous speech contest, which is not the case. To do everything, you only have 5 to 7 minutes. You need to make your audience laugh. You need to use your vocal variety. You need to show your body language. Same time, you need to give a message. You have to do everything within these 5 to 7 minutes. It's difficult. Most of the time, deliver a Toastmaster humorous speech rather than delivering a stand-up. Because in the stand-up comedy, the person who delivers the performance there knows the audience pay and come. Here the contestants pay and come to the contest and again go without getting any pay. That is another difference. So the main difference is whatever you have to do, you have to do within 5 to 7 minutes. Now these are the challenges that when it comes to making the people laugh within 5 to 7 minutes. For that, let me tell you a story. There was a jungle. In this jungle, who is normally when it comes to a jungle, the king of the jungle? Lion, obviously. In the same jungle, the lion was the king, no problem. But this lion was a thought-provoking and also visionary. So to make sure his jungle animals are not getting into depression, he decided to have a stand-up comedy every week. What a wonderful leader he is. Like, unlike the leaders that we have in other worlds, that, when there is a cricket match in Sri Lanka, wins the cricket match, the fuel price goes down. So he did like this. He said, these are the rules. If you make me laugh, you can go home. If you don't make me laugh, you can go to my stomach. For that, he had a one condition. Also, he made a little alteration to the rule. He said, I'm not going to judge that who is more funny or who is not funny. I will also have a judge. Not a chief judge, but only one judge. He selected the best guy in the jungle to judge this. Like tortoise. Now, how many of you have seen tortoise? It's a reptile, right? A guy with a shell. Imagine a tortoise, okay? A tortoise. First comes the monkey. Now, when you say the monkey, you know the monkey is the funniest guy in the jungle. It's the clown in the jungle. He gave me a lot of confidence and swag and did all the jokes just even without thinking. The whole jungle was roaring into the laughter. Even the trees were laughing. Even the king itself was laughing out loud, rolling on the floor. But the tortoise was basically motionless, confused, like this period of silence. Only the age of sound. Projectors. Now the monkey is crying. My dear Lord, don't kill me. I came here. I have 5 members in my family, and I also have 5 other wives as well. They are waiting for me. Please don't kill me. And the king was also confused what to do. He said, what to do, bro? The law is the law. One country, one nation, one law. So he said, I'm going to kill you because my judge didn't laugh. Done. Go on. Now the next turn. Next week, it's the tiger. Now you know when you. How many of you have seen tigers? Wonderful. Remember the tiger, okay? Tiger himself cannot make his kids laugh for him. Now he has to come and laugh the whole jungle plus this tortoise. His one goal is to make a tortoise laugh, not the other. Poor guy didn't know what to do. He went to right and he did. He went to left. He did. He went to the middle and he looked at the tortoise and he did. Now the king is confused because the no one laughed. The whole jungle didn't laugh. Even the trees turned their back. To see that the tortoise was laughing like mad. Now I want you to imagine like little tortoise. Just put the tortoise upside down. What happens? Like now we can make turn and laugh. What a joking goes. Everyone shocked and now tiger is happy. Even though the Lion King is now confused. After everyone went home, he asked, "Bro, what happened?" That monkey's joke was amazing, right? To see that he was laughing previously, monkey's joke. Disclaimer. The moral of the story is sometimes your jokes might get so much of time to absorb. You have a very limited time. You cannot be. If you are lucky, even you are like a tiger, if you have some people in the audience, like in terms of judges, like who are like who are laughing for the previous contest season jokes, fine. But imagine, same time there are some tortoise. Someone is crying. That contest was okay, wonderful contest. Just starts to laugh. You see that now only he understands the jokes. He cannot come and change the ballot because judge's decision is the final decision. Only the tally counter and timers can be stopped. So you have a very difficult task. That is to make your audience laugh within 5 to 7 minutes. Now, when you are doing this, these are the scenarios that your audience might turn into tortoises. Number one, using memes. You get the inspiration from memes. I believe every one of you here can read things. Let me read it for your own clarification. Meme number one. This is a must type of humor, okay? Captain Beaver said, "Eda Sansila, they give another. How dinosaur considers are and they Eda Captain was no dinosaur and no, there is no near yourself. How many of you understood Joe? Be honest. If you understood Joe, please raise your hand. If not, no problem, you are not yours. Here is the thing, my dear friends. Some people understood that other people are like E square into MC square. 1 plus 1 is 2. Light is faster than the sound, but I still don't understand it. Here is the thing, my dear friends. The thing when this comes to the memes is that if you really don't understand that meme, you can go to the comment section and find what is the meaning of that meme. Right? Because there are people who describe the joke, the atom of the joke. I mean, you see, there are memes that there are hundreds of house rules. And they say, make it in the Punji post and then you search for the little kitty there, you cannot find it. And then you zoom it, you do everything, you can't find. What is the best option? Go to the comment section. There may be so many gurus that will be saying in first row, second one. First row, second one. First row, second one, confirm, first row, second. That is mean. In a humorous speech, you cannot go and keep explaining your joke. Has this happened to you? Sometimes you crack a joke, the audience is now in the tortoise mode. Now you tend to feel like, why didn't I participate in this contest? Now we become useless, helpless, speechless, basically penniless in humor. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to explain this one. Stop this, I'm going to explain this one, and make them laugh, and I move into next one. You can do this one if your speech is like, 40 to 50 minutes. So never explain your jokes, and also never get inspiration from me. Carve out space. Carve out, do that, carve out. How many totals are there? So never try to explain to the jokes. This one. How many of you are number one familiar with the photo? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest of the ladies and gentlemen are thinking that is a buffet. That is a scene from a movie called 3 Idiots. And these people went to a wedding and eating as if that was their last meal, the final supper. Now the people don't understand what is that part of the picture. Don't understand what is said there in words. Update connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity. How many of you understand that part? Now some people who understood the picture might not understand the other part. There can be scenarios, my dear friends, in your speech that you sometimes have half-baked jokes. That one part of the audience understands it, the other part of the audience don't understand. So you in those people, not about the other people. What if the whole panel just don't understand you? Right? So when it comes to the humor, the next thing is make sure have a clear, crisp joke. I will be explaining you how to do this one. The next one. See, how many software engineers here like you in this one? Like software engineers? Okay, it's okay, fine. You all are like, not like, less like software engineers. Senior developer, he says, JavaScript is not so confusing, it's so simple. This is an IT joke. JavaScript is a language. And then JavaScript. Jennifer 26. Proud mother of 3 children. Virgin. I love my husband. Lesbian. How confusing it is. And the other thing is, there are some jokes might not be relatable to the audience. What not to do is, just because you are funny, that does not mean that you are funny for everyone. Just because you are funny for your globe circle, that does not mean you are funny for everyone. Just because they know the Toastmasters joke, that does not mean that Toastmasters joke would work outside. However, in the humorous speech contest, the one way that you can actually touch your whole audience in the laughter, use some Toastmasters joke because that is relatable. You come and talk about your software engineering journey and also some jokes that is specifically related to that. People will not understand. The jokes will go here. So next thing what you should not do is try not to use the humor that is only known for you. Make the humor universal. There are techniques. So I'll be moving on to the next one. First, we like to undo. Alright. So these are also some myths that I would say, one, don't take any inspiration. Okay. Now how to do this? When it comes to using humor, there are different techniques. Number one way is that most of the time when it comes to scripting your speech, most of the people are telling that, hey, I'm not funny. I don't have funny incidents in my life. Have you ever said that one when you are writing the speech? Oh, I'm not funny, Ravindu. The easiest way to to get away from the education is to say I'm not funny. Rather than saying even though you don't have a speech, basically that's a problem. But you still say you are not funny. So, how to find humor in your life? First of all, observe yourself. First of all, observe yourself. What is around you? What is happening around you? For example, now this is why I go to Toastmasters. Right? Now, when you say to your club name, we need to ask, okay, where is it happening? Obviously, while I'm working, you have to go in somewhere. But you have to ask when is it happening and at what time. But do you know there is one club being restricted? When you just say the name itself, everything big. The club name is Wednesday 7 Date is there, time is there. Very easy. Now that is observational humor. When I went and did this session for Wednesday 7 Club, they themselves observed that day only. Wonderful set of audience. Now you see, you have to observe what is happening. See everything in illogical order. The moment you see everything in illogically, you will find humor. You can never find humor in logic. When you are writing the script, if you are thinking, hey, is this logical? If you are to become a philosopher, can't become a good humor. The second thing is, always try to find a scenario that you felt embarrassed and also you're okay. Self-deprecating humor. See, you are not writing for an exam about what is humor, so you don't get to know what is the technique. Let's see how to use it. Putting yourself down. Putting yourself down does not mean like this. My dear friends, I have 5 holes in my heart, 3 tumors in the brain. My left arm is not working, right arm working, left arm is not working. Can you please make me the first place in the contest, please? That's not putting yourself down. That is basically you are showing yourself as a performer. Just think about the very painful scenario that you had. At the end of the day, because I always tell, there is a pain, there is pleasure. My pain is your pleasure. Now people are thinking other ways as well. Let me give you an example. How many of you love here sushi? Sushi is a Japanese food. How many of you love here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say you all are not my friends. I have to answer. Because where I come from, to give you an idea about what is sushi. Sushi is the food that you basically eat with boiled rice and also raw fish. Where I come from the down south of Sri Lanka. Where I come from, raw fish and meat are eaten by cats and dogs. We say that we are human sapiens, we have evolved, and still eating fish and meat. True. Barbarians will do that. But most people also do that. So my girlfriend is also someone like that. She wanted me to introduce this food called sushi. She took me into the sushi bar. Normally the bars we know is number 1 the iron bar. The other one is the bar that is closing day before the holiday. Went to the sushi bar and they introduced this sushi. 2,598. How much? 2,500. With that one, you get a little sauce and also a green tea. Where I come from, I eat my rice and curry with so much of gravy. So I thought that brown little liquid isn't great. that can help me to eat this uncivilized food. Now, how many of you cook? Wonderful. Are you cooking for yourself or for the Instagram? Yourself. Now, when you cook especially fish, you cut the fish back. And then you wash that fish. What do you do for that washed fish bone? You basically throw it away, right? But ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this sushi bar, they cut their fish, wash their fish, and keep that fish water in their mud bottles. And they combine soya sauce and little bit of salt and give it a sauce. For the people who say they love sushi, I know what I am telling. You know what I am telling. Fine, now that is also gold. There was this green little thing I told you. Now, when it comes to green, before that incident, green was a very colorful, peaceful, harmonious color. When you see the green light, what happens? Vehicles also move. When you are in stress, what does doctor say? Go and look to the green. Even the surgeons wear green coats. Green is a very harmonious color. So knowing that, I took the sushi and I rubbed that little green into thinking that that is a typical summer. Because where I come from, some words are green. To see that it is called wasabi. To tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, wasabi is the combination of cyanide and then you put again cyanide. You basically die. My tongue still, when I say wasabi, still like, cannot digest. The good part, the bad part is not there. Because they say best is yet to come. I would say worst is yet to come. Now, I am helpless. Not knowing what to do, sweating. My girlfriend, being a post girlfriend and a very supportive girlfriend, told me, okay, no problem, I'll give you a cue. She dragged me to another shop in one more place. Bubble tea. Now, bubble tea, to tell all of you, it's again, it's not for the people who have financial problems. Because one bubble tea cup is 1,750. She told me, since it is not good for your account, let's have two bubble teas. 1,750 into 3,500. I paid 2,500 and already got my debt. Now to reincarnate from that debt, I need to spend another 3,500. When it comes to drinking bubble tea, there are different sugar levels. 0, 25%, 50%, 100%. Have you ever seen that one? Basically, 0% bubble tea you have it, 100% sugar, next day you get diabetes. She said, let's have 100% bubble tea. I was financially good, physically good, mentally good over that. You all were shamelessly laughing at me for my pain, right? Because, my dear friend, there is a pain, there is fish. What did I do here is a little story that really happened to me. How did I fabricate and also give this to a digestive level speech is by using storytelling techniques. When you are storytelling techniques, number one you need to do is make sure that you go and put your audience into a level through their eyes and through their senses. When I was telling you, like, cutting those fish and also throwing that fish, you feel that particular skin, right? Right? And then when you say the green little thing, now I'm speaking to your ears, to your eyes. And when I was telling, like, when I put it in my mouth, basically a combination of cyanide and that is sugar levels, I was speaking to your tongue. That is how you make a story memorable. So that by the end of your story, people will see, wow, he spoke to my mind, he spoke to my eyes, he spoke to my stomach, he spoke to my everything. Exaggerate. Another way to generate humor is exaggeration. Through while telling your stories. And did you see, every time I was telling about my girlfriend is a first one, anchor the characters. And then play yourself the victim. When I was the victim, only you were laughing. Cruel, but that's the life. Put yourself down, think about the scenario, what can go for you. Some scenarios that you don't like, you still don't understand what to do. For example, when you go Kalambu, when you are most of the time crossing the roads, you have these traffic lights, right? But there are some scenarios that next to traffic light, you have to press that button. Have you ever been in this scenario that you press the button, the green light never comes, you keep pressing and you wait forever, out of the blue someone walks and just press it, here comes the green light. Very embarrassing. Right? So think about scenarios which is around you that make you embarrassed. Put yourself down that make yourself feel like I shouldn't have lived here at this moment. Right? So combine with anecdotes and stories, talk to people's sensories. And wordplay, can you observe that I use this word called I was financially broke, physically broke, mentally broke. I was using a rhyming. Same time an metaphor. Broke. Mentally, physically, financially, right? So that it is very entertaining to the ears. We can follow the speech very well. In my winning speech, there was a line like this. I was explaining the beauty of the Toastmaster. The moment I saw the red card, I was like, I saw the air hostess. So there are some Toastmasters who are looking like air hostess. So I was explaining, my dear friends, she was so simple. When she smiled, there was a dimple. On top of that, a little pimple. I'm also simple. I also have 2-3 pimples, but I don't have a dimple. I'm single and ready to mingle. Now that was an alliteration that I used. It took me a few months to make it, but that wordplay will give you that gateway. Think about that, take a quote and try to see how you can find the absurd meaning out of that. Right? And then visual humor and satire and parody, I always say, try not to be sarcastic in your humor because that is for people that you always go political jokes and all these things. No, I won't. Are we clear with some techniques that how we can make your story memorable? Right? I'll tell you why these wordplays are very important. Now, as much as the content is very important, the delivery is very important. Let me give you a hands-on experience. How many of you have watched Dhananjay Hettiarachchi's I See Something, the winning speech? Wonderful. Sir, one of the members will send that speech to you, that is World Champion of Public Speaking 2014. Okay. Scenario number 1. I believe the online members also can see. You and I are not so different from this flower. Just like this flower, you are unique. But life has a cruel way of picking up petals, breaking you into two, and putting you into the trash can. Now, when you're broken, it's difficult to feel special. You and I are not so different from this flower. Just like this flower, you are unique. But life has a cruel way of picking up petals, breaking you into two, push you into the trash can. And when you're broken, it's difficult to feel special. You and I. And just like this flower, unique. Just like this flower, Life has a problem of being and begging for you to put you into the trash can. And when you're broken, it's difficult to feel special. Now, what is the best delivery? First one or the second one or the third one? First one. What I need to emphasize here. Now, the content that I showed you is a winning words. Those words can basically change people's mind. It won a world. It changed the world. It inspired the world. It made people cry. It made people laugh. But the bad delivery can kill that content. As much as your content is wonderful, your delivery also should supplement your content. If not, your words will go in the thin air. People will only remember he came and did a stage talk. I've seen scenarios that the content is so powerful, but because of delivery problems, couldn't be. So as much as your content is very important, this is the example that I can give. A winning content can be a losing content because of this. How to improve your delivery? Most of the time we suffer in our delivery because we are not ready. I would always say, make sure you have your speech content at least 1 month before. When is your content contest? October 15th. October 15th, basically you can have. Then, most of the people ask me, should I memorize the speech? I would say, have the flow. However, when it comes to humorous speech contest, here is the thing. Write this down. Here is the thing. Your punchline, you have to memorize. I'm sorry to say, like, I'm not trying to become the motivational speaker. No, just know the flow. No, you need to know your punchlines very well. Because you can build somehow here and there if you even forget that, but your punchline has to give that punchline. And the other thing, what I can recommend you is like, you first of all complete your script and then write the script, maybe 2-3 days before your speech. Write it, taking a pen and a paper and write it. And then compare your printed script and the script that you wrote. And see where are the differences. Because we write the things that we remember the most. So you can see what you will forget. Then try to work on it. Are we clear with that? The last but not the least, the bad part. As much as it is important to do everything, you need to win the hearts of not the audience but the judges. That's the unspoken truth. But I'll tell you and prove you today why it is not judges' fault. I repeat this. Why it is not judges' fault that you didn't win. When it comes to this, can you see there is a part called content 55? And the delivery 30 and the language 15. Content means basically your script. In the script part, you have a part called structure, organization, and the support material. To do that, that's why I told you, first of all, start writing your speech 1.5, 2 months before, so that you can keep refining your speech. There we go. What do you mean by support material? The stories that I told you. How do you define and refine your stories? Will make a big impact. For that, you will be getting 15 marks. Okay, let's say your audience didn't understand, judges didn't understand that your structure of the speech. Fine, 15 marks you are losing. When it comes to effectiveness, which means achievement of purpose, what is the purpose of the speech? To make the audience laugh, entertain. The moment you make the audience laugh, already you meet the purpose. Can you see there is a part called audience reception and interest? Reception part. Reception means this is a hidden part in the language. Reception means how will the audience start? Because there are scenarios that sometimes certain clubs stay their members and dance. You stay there, you stay there, you stay there, make sure to laugh. If the other person doesn't laugh, tickle him and laugh. It plays the role. And can you see here speech value, idea, logic. The logic part here means, my dear friends, the more you become logical, it becomes logical in you. Because you come and take a very unparalleled topic and then you talk about it, and it is very amazing to the audience. Make the audience amazed with your content. So the more you become illogical, you become logical in humorous speech contest. And the original thoughts, come on. If you are sure, yeah, come and talk about your shortness, but now it is true. Why don't you talk about, like, you imagine becoming a tall person? If you are tall, think about, like, a different way of, like, why you can't become short. Think other way around. Observational humor. This is the way that you can do that. And the next part is the humor. You get 15. That is your script. That is why you have to get ready. Can you make your judges without you putting your effort? How about practice? And the next part is body language, physical voice and manner. Whether you deliver the speech the way I did, like this or like this, it depends on your practice. It's up to you. So, do you think a judge can cut off your marks if you are prepared well? Not so. Last but not the least, language part. Here is the thing. To win a humorous speech contest, or in that case, international speech contest, our people think that I should have superb language. Here, the language does not mean Salim Premadana. Which means even the Oxford Dictionary have to print another Oxford Dictionary to find what is the meaning of the word. No. Here, the word phrase, the puns, the alliteration, the rhyming that you use, that plays a huge role. Rather than showing that you know the language, show them that you know the nuances of the language, the beauty of the language. You win. To do all these things, first of all, you need to prepare. The problem is we never practice to win, but we expect to lose. And we never practice to learn as well. When you practice to win, I'm going to win this contest. I definitely win this. To win this, I need to learn this. To learn, and I need to practice this. Then only you win. The problem is we always expect to win, but we never practice to. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of game of humor. What I always need to tell you is, this is a never-ending game. Please make sure that you keep learning, keep playing, and end of the day, nail it. How can I help you to clarify your some questions? Are there any?
May I ask? So, you suggested that to add storytelling.
Yes.
Storytelling. So, in a 5 to 7 minutes speech, so numbers, how many stories can you add to that 5 to 7 minutes?
Right. It's a good question. Again, a very controversial question. How many stories? Should I have 3 stories, 2 stories, or 1 story? It depends, like, I would say, when it comes to the humorous speech contest, the best way for me, in my formula, is to have a one story. Because then you have a one story so that you can do all the techniques and also you can add so much of color and weight to it. When it comes to three stories, you have this one, so you have to balance everything. So when you have one story, you can use all the techniques and keep refining it. Rather than putting your effort to three stories, why don't you put all the three stories effort to one story? Then it becomes like three times effective than a three story. So I would say go with the one story. Can you see that? You remember the sushi part that I told? It's a one story. My winning speech is a one story. Even people think that Dadaji speech is a three stories one. It is not. It's a one story, three different milestones in the story. Take Persian's winning speech changed by a guy. It's again a one story. It's a long story. So rather than moving yourself for there, see that goes with the support material. So make your support material as effective as you can. So one story will do. Yes, sir.
We have one question from the online platform, which is necessary to have serious percentage of
Good question. Can you see in the whoever the audience person answer these questions?
there is one of them.
Manodya. Okay. Speech value. End of the day, we are Toastmasters. End of the day, we are Toastmasters. Right? So always the audience will have the question, what's it in it for me? So I told you, a winning speech will always have a simple message. Here is the thing, do not confuse yourself. Telling that going and explaining the message too much. Our people, what they do is, at the humorous speech, your speech is 7 minutes, they say 4 minutes you finish all the jokes. Now then 4 to 7 minutes, 3 minutes you explain. You explain the message. You ask everything. Then it's diluted. Have a very simple, clean message. Because remember, what is the purpose of this speech contest? To entertain. So when you are entertaining, giving the message is a byproduct. But the person who gives the message always have the edge to the speech value part. So have a message. So how to start it? Let me tell you how to do it. A lot of people they say that first of all you should start with your message. Never do that. When it's come to humorous speech part. With confidence, I am telling this with my experience. First of all, write whatever the story, use your techniques, refine it very well. And then try to find, is there a message out of this one? Try not to go and embed it, okay? For example, your story is about sushi, and then you go and talk about rice and curry. Is there a message coming out of it? Then give it in a one line. Rather than thinking the message, now what happens is if you start with the message, what happens? Now your mind always goes to the message and you're always bound to that message. You are not centralized, so you can't do it. I hope I answered that question. Someone have a question? Yes.
We have noticed that sometimes the speaker also laugh with the audience.
Yeah.
It's your opinion.
Right. I'll tell you simply, again, a very controversial thing. While you are delivering, don't laugh, but after you deliver, laugh if you feel like they laugh. It is a very traditional technique. People say, like, don't laugh for your own laugh, jokes. The thing is, first of all, tell you a joke and then laugh if you also cannot hold, because it shows that actually you are also enjoying. Take example like Trevor Noah. They really laugh for their jokes. They laugh with the audience. The most effective speak, but when they are going to deliver the joke, punchline, they never laugh, okay? They have the straight face. And the audience starts to laugh, now he can also, you also laugh. Here is the thing. Remember, this is a 5 to 7 minute speech. You also laugh with the audience. Wow, funny joke, no, I made it. It took me 3 months. I will do that person, this person. Funny, laugh. You will forget the speech. You have that is cancer. So if you laugh, you laugh. The other thing, give the poses. Poses are very important. Very important. Gold. Because recently also I went to a contest. There were two contestants. One contestant had a wonderful script, all the techniques, but fast. There was this another speaker, didn't have any of the techniques, only poses. Trust me, only poses. Self-deprecating humor, only poses. Everyone was shocked. How we didn't know? Then people came and asked me, why? I said he had the golden formula, that is the pose. Because he was so cool and calm on the stage, he was delivering the punchline, stage like this. Like this. And then he goes to this side, says the punchline, stays like this. The force gave him the other person, kept giving, but he won the second place. That's the thing. So you can laugh and also the force. Any other question? Yes, sir.
What is your opinion about using the traditional Sinhala language words in your humorous speech?
Okay, right. Your question is over. Right, okay. So when it comes to using the Sinhala language, we are in this UK. We can use Sinhala language, however, appropriateness of the language comes. This is what you can do is make your audience laugh by telling the Sinhala particular word and try to give a quick translation about it. That is good. Because that shows the your maturity as a speaker. What is your purpose? Is to make your audience laugh. So through that Sinhala word, you make the audience laugh, but to balance the other part also, try to find the way, especially with the Sinhala word, make an effective joke out of that English word as well. Sinhala word as well, English. Can use, but try not to overuse it. Try not to overuse it. Maybe one, for example, in my winning speech, how did I win? I was explaining about the guy who was giving me the advices how to get a girl. So I said, Charmer, the guru of our gang. Now you can take it in two different ways. Guru means in English also like you are someone a master of. Also, guru in astrology is that the Jupiter. Now I purposefully put that one because I had a line in my last line in the speech. I was now cursing my stage advisor, telling that Charmer, you are not a guru, you are a Hena Guru. Now there, I turned that guru Hena Guru thing actually into Sinhala. But I managed it in English there. So you have to be very strategic there. I use it in purpose. Just because you Sinhala words, so the thing is, what is the one another golden rule in humor is like, if it is relatable, people will laugh. What is the most relatable thing for you as a Toastmaster or like as a Sri Lankan person? Your language. So the moment you use a Sinhala word and the other thing, these are another one. What can I like you take time to explain this one? Some people when it comes to your club contest, you take the most famous person in the club and tell like for example, let's say like Steven is the most famous person in the club. So the people who knows how famous he is and for what he is famous will laugh. But the judges who are there like thinking, no, what is he famous? What did he do? How many squares he has jumped? So in the club level, the people will laugh. That part, effectiveness, reception, you will get the reception from your club people. But the judges, will they laugh? No, I don't think so. This is why most of the time I am good in my club, but after the club area divisions, a lot of people struggle. Because they come and use the names that is C. I always tell my friends, you always tell me, bro, you are a famous person now. I always tell you, go and show my name, good, new club, in the charter club, they will even ask who is this very good. I'm not a famous person. Not at all. Absolutely not. So in that case, me also claiming that I am not famous. You go and use someone else's name, thinking that he is famous. Do you think that you will get the uproar in him? That's why I always say when you are scripting your words, try to remove your known characters from the club. There was one character in District 82. He's one of my good friends, one of my mentors as well. People used to use his name. Me being his mentee, have never used his name. I might be the only person who has not used his name in a humorous speech contest. In his close circle, everyone uses his name, but I never use it. Number one, because I respect this, and the other thing is like, I didn't find it like, funny to see anything about it. So, never use your known people cycle in your club speech. Okay, did I give you the answer? Yeah. Any other questions? Silence speaks a lot. Silence is loud. Yes, sir. Shapri is a good learner, I must tell you. Like, he's the one who actually sometimes finds materials to me. That's how a good leader would do. Yes.
As you say, story is a very important part of speech or but like you start with the story and humor later, or you find the humorous story and then you amplify it with your whatever.
That's a good question. As I told you, sometimes you cannot find humor in some story. In that case, what you can do is, first of all, you write your story and see, using the techniques I gave you, like self-deprecating humor, wordplay, observation of humor, and also using this, try to see in this story, can I tweak it to a humor? If not, find a humorous story and then make it a good story using that storytelling. That's the best way. So you can do it in other way, both the ways. Yeah.
Using a joke and how is it possible to use those kind of jokes in our
speech? See, there is a part called plagiarism, right? So you can only use 25%. I would say try to get the technique of that joke. And you also try to construct a joke like that, which is wonderful if you can do. That is how I learned and how we are still doing it. But now, do not please, I recommend you, I request you over here, online and physical, try not to change someone else's joke and like use it same lesson. That's so inappropriate. Because you might think that one person then told you now make it as you asked putting a story there. Now jokes are there, stories also there, and out of the two you bring a relevant message. It is visible. As I told you, like you start with a speech with ice cream and see durian. And you are like, okay, fine, I know that joke, fine. How come I feel like Durian? Durian is anyway a useless food for the people who don't like it. So that's the thing, so do not copy. Because end of the day, values of Toastmasters is what? Respect, integrity, service, excellence. Integrity is doing the things when no one is looking at you best. When it comes to the speech test, speech is the best place to show your integrity. Hey, lose it rather than copying and reading. I would always lose 150 times and million times rather than copying a speech and reading. What to win? A trophy. My friend knows I never keep trophies at my. Never. I don't even have my district trophy. I'm just winning people's. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, mentioning something that there are the
Oh, yes, you can tell, like, but see, the thing is, how long you can do that? For example, like, if the story connects with, like, if your story, the speech that you are telling connects with that particular course or, like, particular joke, you can say, like, once I saw in the internet, he said, like, that, if this and this come to the story, that also make a sense to the story. If not, try not to use it. Okay? Any other questions? So as I told you, silence may gives a good signal that you need to, like, to say goodbye to the world. Before I say goodbye, I need to tell you a very little story. In 2019, August 28, that was World Champion of Public Speaking around February 1, right? August 28 was third week of August. Those days in Sri Lanka, we used to screen the World Champion of Public Speaking finals live stream. It happened in Galadari. Colombo Toastmasters Club did that. They used to do that. The winner was Aaron Beverly. And there was this one person who was asked to come next day morning to Kurunakara and do a test speech for a judge training program. So he went from his hometown to Galadari and stayed there at Galadari because the speech contest ended at the, like, midnight. Because that was in the USA, I guess. He had to stay in Galadari from 12 to 5 p.m. in the lobby, took the bus at 6 a.m. and came to Kurunakara at 8:30 to deliver us 5 to 7 minutes test speech for Chief Judge training. The judge wanted a test speaker. The judge trainer was distinguished Toastmaster Leoshan Nagaraj. The test speaker was me. And I did it here on this building, on this stage. 4 years back, I was no one. Trust me, I was no one. No one didn't know me. Still, people don't know me. I was doing one of my speeches, a very basic speech. And that day, the educational session of humorous speech, how to win the humorous speech contest was done by Toastmaster Gavin Murray, a wonderful humorist. And the graduation speech contest training was done by distinguished Toastmaster Zamin and Sali. When I was sitting there at that back corner, same place, I never knew that I would come here and deliver a session on how to win a humorous speech contest at the district channel. And that is, ironically, my 90th session. Life can change you if you keep working hard for your dreams and also work hard again and again. Because in that season also I failed miserably. So keep trying. You never know, like, one day you will come on this stage and will tell, I was also a novice speaker, I was watching how to win the humorous speech. You never know what is in it for you in the bank until you work hard and go and check what was there. Just keep grinding, keep learning, and keep practicing. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravindu, for that wonderful presentation. We all learned a lot from it. Now we are coming to the scary part of this meeting, the table topic session. So to conduct the table topic session, we have our